all of our previous analysis assumed that companies only sold one product. Most companies sell a mix of many products. When we look at sales mix, we want to have the average contribution margin for our decision-making purposes. Not all products are going to have the same contribution margin ratios. And in order to simplify our analysis, because remember right now, it's just analysis based on assumptions and estimates. It's not a perfect analysis. It gives us information to help us make decisions. So when we have multiple products, we need to average what that contribution margin ratio is. So we're going to assume that in addition to snowboards, we also sell goggles. The contribution margin for snowboards is 60%. The contribution margin for goggles is 80%. 90% of our sales is snowboards and 10% of our sales are goggles. So we take the percent of their contribution margin ratio times the percentage of sales that they contribute to get an average contribution margin ratio. Now, this assumes that in every month, our relationship of 10% and 90% stays exactly the same. Now we're going to look at semi-variable costs and how we can calculate what is the fixed portion and what is the variable portion of those semi-variable or mixed costs. There are multiple techniques that are used to accomplish this task. First, we're going to look at the high-low method. So the formula for mixed costs is y equals mx plus b, with m being the variable cost and b being the fixed cost portion. X is the number of units and y is total cost. You might remember that equation from math class when you're looking at equations of a line. So when we're looking at the high-low method, we look at a range of cost information. So we have total units produced in a month and what the total costs were for the month. For the high-low method, we take the highest and the lowest amount. So April is our highest, 950 units, $25,280 in costs. And February was our lowest with 850 units and $25,040 in costs. We look at the change between the highest amount and the lowest amount. What we figure out is that there's a 100-unit increase in production, resulting in a $240 increase in administrative costs. Therefore, the variable element of this cost is estimated at $2.40 per unit. We can then put that back into our equation to calculate what the fixed cost is. So we would pick either the highest or the lowest amount, and we would take the number of units times the variable cost per unit plus B, our fixed cost, equals Y, the total cost given. So here we've used our cost formula. So we have $23,000 in fixed costs plus $2.40 per unit. We can use this cost formula to estimate what our future costs are. So what amount of administrative costs would we expect in a month in which we had 930 units of production? We would use this cost formula to make those estimates, which is useful for us in budgeting or making predictions about what future months are going to look like. There are also two other methods of calculating the mixed variable costs, but you don't learn how to do those until you take cost accounting, if you decide to take cost accounting.